just said, I'm not the dad. By July, I was done. I told her, if you're not going to follow the agreement, neither am I. And so I quit paying her. I asked her if I could keep the baby. She said, once you pay, then we can discuss. I told Hadley I wasn't paying her, and we got into it. She's like, you have everything you need to take her back to court. If I stop paying, all the judge is going to hear is that I stopped paying child support.
I mean, if he's not the father, then he has absolutely no reason why he should actually be the one paying child support. After all, she's the one that lied to him probably for years straight about him not actually being the father. But guys, today we have some of the most heartbreaking moments of men finding out their children are not actually their children, and you won't want to miss a single insane clip.
I just said, I'm not the dad. By July, I was done. I told her, if you're not going to follow the agreement, neither am I. And so I quit paying her. I asked her if I could keep the baby. She said, once you pay, then we can discuss. I told Hadley I wasn't paying her, and we got into it. She's like, you have everything you need to take her back to court. If I stop paying, all the judge is going to hear is that I stopped paying child support. I was saying, but I was at my breaking point. And then I hear from my mom. Now she's telling my parents that they can't even see the baby anymore because I refuse to care for her. Which, to Maria, that just means I'm not paying her enough.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that she always does. When she can't control me, she goes to my parents because she knows that works. I caved after 6 days and paid her. Just like that, I was allowed to see the baby again. Hadley had brought up DNA test, and me thinking court was imminent, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and order it. So that weekend when I had the baby, I decided to do it. So me and Hadley are just laying on the couch, laughing about something, and that's when I get a notification. It's an email from Paternity Lab. After I open this email, I read it, and I think I'm reading it wrong, but I scan it 3 times, and I see 0%. I look at Hadley, and I say, I'm not the dad. And I just drop my phone. And she picks it up, and she says, you're reading it wrong. You know, she starts scanning it, you know, and zooming in, and I'm over here just with my hands over my head. She looked at me, and she said, you're not the dad. And it just felt unreal. I felt shock, and that's when I immediately called my mom. Whenever she answered, I just said, I'm not the dad. She didn't know us taking the test. It was a complete shock to her. She yelled at me. She said that's not real. There's no way. At one point, she was like, there's no way. Y'all have the same eyelashes. Y'all have the same toes. And
Wow.
I said, Mama, everybody has eyelashes. I just looked at everything. So after a week, there's this incredibly weird, silence. I feel this pressure on me to, make a decision, and I'm trying to tell everybody what else to do, and I don't even know what to do myself. And one night, Hadley comes up to me, and she says that, hey, babe, we can just pretend none of this happened. Whatever you want to do, I support you 100%. And after thinking on that, it was definitely an option. No one else knows. We could just go on, continue with the regular lives. I wasn't thinking about Maria and how she treated me at this point. It was just me thinking about my relationship with my daughter.
Exactly.
I think 2 days went by, and all I could think about during those 2 days was how unfair it was that the real dad had been robbed of all this time with her, all those special moments that I spent with her. That is something that he never got to have. I felt like I was taking that if I was to not tell the truth. So at this point, I still haven't made a decision. My parents still don't believe it at all. I decided to do another DNA test, and I wanted to see the baby and see how I still felt whenever I held her. So everything was fine at first. She was calling me Dada, and just every time she would call me Dad, it just started to eat at me. At one point, I just started uncontrollably crying, and I had to call my mom to come get her. I couldn't do the test that day. So my mom comes and picks her up, and Hadley being Hadley, she calms me down. And the next morning, I know that I still need to do the test. So my mom brings the baby back down, and that's when we did the second test. I knew exactly how the results would be, and I knew this would be the last time I see her. And that was the single most worst day of my life.
Sad.
And as I'm trying to grieve this, I still have to keep quiet. I'm trying to talk to attorneys. I'm trying to keep my cool. And I still have Maria harassing me and abusing me through messages when I know I know at this point that it's not my kid.
I started telling friends and family, and everybody's in shock.
The probability of paternity is 0%. Bro!
Isn't that the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life?
I hired a lawyer, and he said, do not contact Maria again until she served.
So it's absolutely wild that he's the one getting harassed by her when in reality she did everything in this situation to make it bad and even worse now.
I started telling friends and family, and everybody's in shock.
The probability of paternity is 0%. Bro!
Isn't that the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life?
I hired a lawyer, and he said, do not contact Maria again until she served. For the first few weeks, I was just sad, and then there was this moment. Hadley and I were just sitting there, and she kind of mumbled under her breath, I can't believe she called me a whore. And both of us just started dying laughing. This was the first moment where I was like, what the did I just go through? And then small town people start talking, and I start getting messages like this. I guess all of her friends always knew who the real baby daddy was, but no one bothered to tell me.
Wow.
And I was pissed. I started looking at this tattoo every day. She would post this tattoo on her Facebook, and now knowing that her friends knew, I start wondering, were they laughing at me the whole time?
Yeah,
I started to hate
they were.
looking at my own arm, and I didn't want the tattoo anymore. It had nothing to do with the baby, it had everything to do with Maria. Hadley suggested that I either get it covered or removed. After some thought, I thought a line through it would symbolize moving on from the abuse, but not forgetting the child that I love. I had no idea. After she was served, I gave her plenty of time because I asked Hadley how she would react if her kid's dad served her with paperwork showing DNA results that he wasn't the dad. And Hadley said I would immediately call him and tell him to get his down here and do another DNA test in front of me because I know they're his kids. But what does Maria do? For the first time ever, she's quiet. So I post my video to my 100 followers to clear my name. I don't mention Hadley's name at all, and I keep the baby's identity hidden. Then the messages start rolling in. Shortly after, I'm served with a restraining order and they're demanding I take down all my posts. And that's when they take the opportunity to start twisting the narrative online.
Alright, so as if this story could not get even crazier, it seems like this woman has definitely been around town and a lot of people already knew, but nobody bothered to tell him, which is honestly maybe the worst part.
I thought Amanda was just Maria's best friend, but then she tries to ruin our lives. Turns out, she's been protecting a secret that she knew from the very beginning.
Uh-oh.
It started whenever Amanda posted that Hadley lost custody of her kids. Completely false. And instead of fact-checking, she tags Hadley publicly like she's proud of it. Hadley responds kindly and just tells her the truth. Amanda lost it. That's when she started going off in the DMs. Hadley just doesn't respond. And then it gets worse. She starts posting our address online and threatening Hadley. She started sending Hadley her own address and threatening her to show up. And then she actually shows up to a gas station and tries to fight us.
Uh-oh.
What did we do?
And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, that's when someone called their business.
Can we interest you in a fishing charter?
Let me say it again, tough guy.
Hey,
No,
bruh.
no. Say
Hey,
it
where you
again.
at, man? Why don't you come find me, bro?
No, you
Oh, you heard
call.
when I called you.
Say it
Heard when I
again.
called
I know.
you.
Say it again. I just want to be clear. Say it again. So what did you call me again?
I called you what you know you are,
No.
motherfucking porch.
Oh wow. And what else?
Yeah,
And what
boy,
else?
where you at?
This is who we're dealing with. And it wasn't just Amanda and Hadley's DMs, it was her husband Julian and mine too. Threatening to fight me over a baby that wasn't even mine. She told Hadley that she was going to call the nursing board. She said that she was absolutely coming for her livelihood, and then bragged about making a TikTok just to expose Hadley's personal information. Hadley made one video, not to call anyone out, just to clear her name.
I'm ready to address this search bar that's been on all my videos.
I did not lose custody of any of my kids, and none of them have a disability.
Then Maria says this and sends Hadley a cease and desist, just for defending herself. She never said Amanda's name, not once. But Amanda told her, I'm not going to stop, period, take the video down. At this point, we stopped seeing Amanda and Julian just as Maria's loyal friends, because it really didn't make sense anymore. Why were they this personally invested? Because we had the court-ordered DNA test back at this time. So why were they still going so hard over a lie? And just like we did with Maria's cousin Michelle, we went full FBI mode. We got quite the laugh out of these, and then we found this one. And that's when we realized that Julian and the guy that everybody's telling us is Maria's real baby daddy, they weren't just friends, they were business partners.
Oh.
We realized that when Maria got pregnant, that man was married with a baby at home. And in Mississippi, if your spouse can prove infidelity, they can take everything. The house, the kids, and the business. So if that ever came out, it wouldn't just be that guy's life falling apart. It would also be Julian and Amanda's too. So that's why they came after us. Not because we lied, because they always knew the truth. They weren't just defending a lie, they helped build it. And they've been trying to protect it ever since. And the deeper we dug, the more we realized this isn't even the whole story.
Alright, so it makes sense that they didn't want all this coming out, but now that it is out there, you know, a lot of people's lives are of course going to get ruined, but this whole thing really calls for some prison time, I think at least. Somebody should definitely be going to jail. This is paternity fraud at the end of the day. This is really honestly one of the worst lies that you can tell somebody. And honestly, I can't imagine how this man is feeling right now after being realized that he was lied to for years. So congratulations to this woman, because not only did she get rejected in public, but now she has, you know, a pending assault case waiting for her.
We're getting a divorce, people. I found out that my beautiful girl right here was cheating on me this whole time and had someone else's kid, huh? Ain't that right, baby? Talk to the camera, come on. Tell them what you was doing. Oh, she don't want to show a face. It's okay. Divorce, can we say divorce papers coming? Huh? Can we say?
That escalated quickly.
She just now getting home? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, pumpkin? Yep. So, fellas, if you anything like me, you're gonna be smart and not wife up these kind of women. You know what I mean? You hear over here crying because I already served her. Yep. She did too many times. Ain't that right? Stop. I know. Stop. I know. I get it. I get it. I know what's going on here. Fellas. Be loyal to yourself, because they won't be. You understand? This is what you deal with. This is what you deal with. Huh? Coming home all late hours of the night. Huh? You still tired? Are you making me my breakfast? Huh? Are you making breakfast? Are you making breakfast? Peace out, people. This is my life.
So as we've seen multiple times on this channel, you know, the woman does not care at all. She was cheating. She continues to sleep, and she probably will not care until it gets to a point where, you know, she gets kicked out and she doesn't have a home anymore.
Look. This thing you was on the phone with a man.
Bro, I'm gonna call the cops, bro. Yo, stop. Call the cops right now. Call the cops on the bro.
Oh, listen, man.
He just pushed me. He tried to push me against that. Like,
hell no.
So now you're putting your hands on women? Hold on. Call the cops, bro. He doesn't want to block that home.
Come on. Now you talking about we put our hands on you?
Yo, you try to push me over that, right, Trav? You saw that?
So this is absolutely disgusting behavior, because a false accusation, as most people know, will and can and has ruined men's lives in the past multiple times before. Now, it's a good thing this was all recorded. However, even thinking about succumbing to this level and doing something so bad honestly just shows what type of human you are.
My 16-year-old just found out that his dad isn't his real dad anymore because of my bitter ass sister. She claims it's for his own good, but in what way is that for his own good? When I found out I was pregnant with my son, I made the logical choice to pick the father that made the most money. His real dad was working at McDonald's for like $8.25 an hour. I don't want that as a man. He was just one of my hoes, and that was that. And I got pregnant, and so I picked the richer dad. And although the richer dad didn't take care of him and hasn't been around, he does pay child support, and he pays a lot, and it pays for a majority of my rent. Well, my sister never liked that, and I finally let her have my son thinking I could trust him. And she tells my son and confides in him that his dad isn't his real dad. And now he went and found his real dad behind my back with my sister. And they are all trying to fight and get my son taken away from me. My son doesn't want to live in my house. We haven't talked in 3 days. I think it's the most miserable thing a person can ever do.
So of course your son is going to be mad, because basically you just told him a lie for his entire life for 16 straight years that his dad was his dad when it actually was not. But guys, you will not want to miss this last clip, because it gets even crazier.
I got some bad news.
What?
So I decided to get a DNA test on Mika. Okay. And the DNA test came back, and I just found out I'm not Mika dad.
Come on, I know you lying.
I'm so serious. The papers is right in front of me.
Well, them can't be no right papers.
How could you do something like this to me?
Do what?
You know what? I've been in this baby life since she was born. I signed her birth certificate.
No, baby.
How could you do this to me?
She belongs to the streets.
I went to her K-5 graduation. I was there.
You gave me serious right now.
And you laughing and you think it's funny?
You playing.
No, I'm not playing. This is so serious. Why would you do something like this to me? So you've been sleeping behind my back?
What?
You had me thinking that she was my baby for 7 years?
God, you are the father. You don't need to worry until you that. Come on now.
And I feel like you're making jokes about this whole situation when this is serious. I'm so hurt right now. I can't believe you would do this to me. I was there when she lost her first tooth. I helped her with her homework. We spent so much time together. And you still lying on his phone?
There's absolutely nothing funny about this situation. The fact that the woman is laughing is honestly just disgusting. I can't believe she would do that. And that is the reaction of a man who has just realized that he wasted the past 12 to 10 years thinking that his daughter was actually his kid. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe and comment what you think about these clips, and I'll see you in the next one.